Hey everybody, it's Edwin Samuelson, Samuelson Studios. Today we're about to unbox the Friday the 13th video, or box set I should say. Forgive me for wearing glasses here, but it's a little bright and I don't want to be squinting like this the whole time. I'm outside because it's the only place right now I have a place where I can do this video. My daughter is downstairs studying, so I'm outside. But anyway, I want to thank everyone for all the support, and I appreciate it. I'm going to try just to show the box real quick because I got a lot of emails and messages asking me, hey, can we see the box? My copy just arrived today, and before I get into anything, I want to thank the guys at Shout Factory, Jeff Nelson, Cliff McMillan especially. They were the ones that put this whole set together. It was a long process. I was one of many people who worked on the set. I don't want to make it look like I'm the only person who worked on this set. I would not. I was fortunate enough to work on the set, and it was a real pleasure. I know my friend Justin Beam did some pieces for it. Also, I want to, and a few others. Also, Stacy Lee and Chris Carborough helped a lot, and Peter Brackey, of course, is the man that the reason that we're still. Well, he's the reason we have these Friday the 13th sets. Don't forget, these were the forgotten films that Paramount, the studio, really didn't care too much about. Well, I don't want to say Paramount didn't care. They didn't think there was interest, and these books showed there was an interest in the series. And of course, after Peter put his book out, we got lots of special editions, and the studios have been very, very kind and allowing these films to be released. And anyway, I want to thank everybody else who's been very kind and supportive. I'm not really a person that likes to be in the spotlight. One reason I'm doing this is because I want to promote my Samuelson Studios, which is my company. I'm working on a few feature films, and I want people to be aware of them. In fact, if you look at the page and like it, you'll see I'm working on a documentary called North of 96th Street, which is a documentary on Randy Jurgensen, who was one of the French Connection cops in a very famous murder case that he did. But yeah, I'm a person that likes my work to speak for itself. But anyway, everyone here is here to see the box, which hopefully everyone can hear me here. As everyone can hear me? Let's hope. I'm going to check here. Here is the box. Right here. It's my comp copy. I'm gonna just show it pretty briefly because I'm not really an unboxing guy. The only reason I'm doing this is because I received a mountain of requests for this. So here goes. I'm not really a unboxing expert. I want to make that clear. As you can see, here is the box. As you can see, it's all the films right here. We got the first one, second, third in 3D. Final chapter, New Beginning, Jason Lives, the New Blood, Jason Takes Manhattan, the Final Friday, Jason X, Freddy vs. Jason, Friday the 13th, the remake, and there's the bonus material, and there's also a collective booklet. So, yeah, here goes. I'll be opening this sucker here, try to hold it up. Oh, and by the way, before I do that, here's the back, in case anyone is interested to take a look. This is the back cover. I'm opening it now. Hope you're all excited. Like I said, I want you all everybody to be very kind to Shout. They've been very kind and supportive of all the extras putting this together. But here, anyone have a request for the first one to take out? How about the first film? Here is the first film. Oh, damn it. I got to change my settings in my camera because I realize right now that I have it backwards. So give me a moment. Let's see if I can flip this. I got to check this out. Oh, damn it. Give me 1 minute, people. Well, let me just try this, and if people complain, I'll do it. Anyway, you can see here's the front cover. It's the original artwork, which is great. Here's the back. And in here are the 2 discs, which look great. And you can see here is the original artwork for overseas. Pretty awesome, if you gotta ask me. Very awesome. Did a great job, actually, and I'm not just saying that. But yeah, it looks really cool. Let's see what else we got here. Here's part 2. Looks great. And as you can see, you open it up in here. The original artwork for the first feature the film's other alternate title. What is it? Alternate artwork. It's pretty cool. And here is the disc. It's pretty nice. And as you can see on here, this is a this disc, which I gotta make a very special announcement here. It's amazing because it has, as we've discovered, we found the footage for part 2, which everyone can mention that later. It's pretty cool. It's the uncut footage from part 2, which is, we've heard about it for years, and we found it. Again, you got to give Shout and Jeff Nelson and everybody a big round of applause. If it wasn't for them, they're fans, these guys at Shout, and they worked really hard to bring that to you. So it's a miracle it made the set. Here's part 3, 3D. And as you can see, there is the 3D. It's in 3D for the first time, real 3D, which is nice. And let's see what else we got here. There is the alternate artwork. It's pretty awesome. I love it. I'm telling you, I'm very impressed. I hope you guys are too. Here is the final chapter, another great one. And as you open it up here, there's the artwork, the disc, and the alternate artwork, which is pretty awesome. Great job. You guys should really thank Shout. They went above and beyond here to really make this a special set. Here is part 5, which has the really rare artwork. And then on the other side is the new beginning. Pretty awesome, huh? And also here is Jason Lives, which is one of the favorites, and supposedly this is got a nice new color corrected transfer, which is great. This one goes to show real quick, Jason Lives. Here is the New Blood, which is one of the favorites, and this is pretty cool. It's got the artwork in here. Okay, and then let's see. Here is part 7. I'm sorry, part 8, excuse me. I'm getting a little ahead of myself. 8. There is the disc with the artwork. And then here's one that's, actually a documentary I'm working on right now with my buddy Peter S. Brackey, who's a good friend. We're working on a documentary called Hearts of Darkness, which is about a full-length making of documentary on Jason Goes to Hell. If you want to get a sample of what it's going to be like, you can take a look at the extras on here, because this is basically the team that put this together is going to work on Hearts of Darkness, so it's going to be a good thing. Here is the artwork. It's 2 discs, as you see. It's the R-rated cut and the unrated cut. And I'm trying to open this here. I'm sorry, guys. You see, it's alternate. It's pretty cool. So yeah, has a different tagline. There we go. And then we got Jason X, and then in Jason X you got the reverse here as well. It's pretty cool. There's the artwork, and then finally we got Freddy versus, well, not finally, from the original series, that is, Freddy versus Jason. Pretty cool. And then the very cool teaser poster, which is the alternate artwork. Then we have the remake and the alternate artwork, which is very cool. Finally, we got the bonus material, which is, I have to say, fully loaded. A lot of people worked really, really hard on this to make it great. I can tell you that I did quite a few of the pieces here, but a lot of people worked on this. So you've got to give them a big round of applause. Of course, Justin Beam and everybody else. But that's basically it. I almost forgot. Sorry. I'm not very good at this, guys. Here is the actual booklet, which full of photos and text. Looks really cool. So, yeah, that's the box, basically. I think it's great. Whoa, there's so many here. I got to put all these back. But, yeah, it's a great set. If you're a fan of the series and grew up on it like I did and everybody else, you're really going to be happy with it. I'm very honored to have been a part of this. And like I said, I couldn't have done it without the people at Shout, especially Jeff Nelson and Cliff McMillan and Peter S. Brackey. They were great. And I have to thank Stacy Fountain and Chris Carbo. They helped a lot too. They helped us get a really cool interview with Bill Randolph, and also set up a very rare interview with Harry Crosby, which I believe was the first time he's ever talked about Friday the 13th. Even Peter was impressed that we were able to land him. I was surprised. He was very nice and gracious, and we got a really cool interview with him. We also did an interview with Bill Randolph for part 2, which is really good. Bill is a great guy. We become friendly with him, and it's because of him, obviously, that we got the footage from part 2. We were able to help make that happen. And we also, what else did we do? We also did a lot of pieces for the Jason Goes to Hell and for the Jason X sets. We did a making of piece called The Making of, well, it's called Out of Space, The Making of Jason X, which has interviews with Noel Cunningham, Sean Cunningham, Kane Hodder, and Todd Farmer. It's a really good little piece. Also, there is a piece with Todd Farmer talking about the writing of it. We have several pieces with Sean Cunningham, because he's very important into the series, obviously, and we try to take new angles with that. There's about 3. There's also a very long interview with Adam Marcus about his career, working on Friday the 13th, and also growing up with the Cunninghams, which I thought was very interesting, because he knew the Cunninghams from when he was a young child. So he gives really interesting insight into the series, and it's really fascinating. Also, the thing that I'm most proud of that we were able to get is we did 3 interviews with Harry Manfredini that are on the set. I'm sorry, on the box set. There's one about Harry's career, where he started, how he started out as a musician and going all the way to just before meeting Sean Cunningham. And then we have another interview where we talk about working on all the Friday the 13th films. So it's really nice that Harry, because he's the one constant in the entire series, every movie has had his theme. And there's also an interview with Matt Vervois and Michael Gerard and as well as Harry Manfredini about reissuing the soundtracks for La La Land Records, which were pretty cool. I'm really proud that we were able to get that stuff. We tried to find new angles, and I can tell you, this set leaves no stone unturned between the work I did and numerous others, including, like I said, Justin Beam, and the other work that was done for the original box sets are all here. I mean, everything is here. It's really great. I can't wait to sit down and watch it. It looks phenomenal, and I'm so happy to have played a small part in a movie that meant a lot to me as a child. Just, let's face it, Friday the 13th was a gateway film for a lot of horror fans. Finding the footage too for part 2 is just unbelievable. I don't even care about the credit. I'm just glad that I got to see it as a fan, and that you all are going to be able to see it. And I can tell you, it definitely delivers. You hear about it, you always think it's a rumor, and then you actually see it and you go, wow, this actually existed. I'm watching something that I read about for years, and it's truly real. And what's interesting about it too is that when you see the film, when you see the footage, you say, wow, these effects are really quite realistic. They're very graphic, and they're just amazing to see. So I'm just very happy that we were able to preserve that, because it's very important for people to know that film preservation is paramount, and that's not Paramount Pictures. I mean, it is extremely important. I mean, if you don't preserve something, it can be lost. And I'm just glad we were able to preserve that. But anyway, I want to thank everybody for all the support. Like I said, I'm a person who, doesn't like the spotlight. I'd rather be in the shadows. And it's just a thrill to have worked on this set, and I can't thank the people at Shout enough for being so supportive. And also I want to thank, I forgot, and I feel awful, I want to thank somebody very important too. I want to thank Michael Brook, my editor. He went through a lot of footage and really did a phenomenal job in putting this set together with me. He edited a lot. I mean, not the set, but my extras that are on the set. I don't want to take, I'm not that guy. There's a lot of people who worked on this set. There's no I in team. It's just an amazing set, and I'm very happy with it, and I hope you will be too. Also, I hope you'll like the Samuelson Studios page. I'm doing this because I like people to be aware of what I'm doing. Like I said, I'm working on a documentary on Randy Jurgensen, who was one of the original French Connection cops. It's on the first post. It's called North of 96th Street. thing I've been working on for many years, and I hope to get that done, and I'm trying to bring attention to it. I think it's a very important true life crime case that needs to be talked about and people be aware of it. I'm also working on Hearts of Darkness, the making of Jason Goes to Hell, with my good buddy Adam Marcus. That's one thing that's been really great about this set, is I've made some really great friendships, including Adam, who's now become just a wonderful friend, and he's like my long lost brother. And of course Peter S. Bracke, who what a nice man and what a great guy. I mean, he's just always been there, supportive, kind, and let me tell you, Peter worked very hard on getting a lot of these things. He moderated a lot of commentaries under some crazy conditions. Of course, as you know, we're dealing with COVID, and it was tough, but we were able to make it work. And let me tell you, it was really a pleasure to be able to work on something that meant so much to me as a child during this horrible time, which is, I know a lot of people have suffered. Hopefully this will brighten some other people's days as well, because let's face it, the last 6 months or 7 months coming up has been absolutely awful for everybody. And October, as you know, is Halloween, it's the fall, and it's time for horror films, and those are the things that we all love to watch in the scary times. But anyway, I won't keep everybody forever, but does anybody have any questions for me or whatever about some of the other projects I've been working on? I don't really want to rain on the Friday the 13th stuff, because I want people to be able to have some surprises. I mean, why ruin the surprise? It's like telling you the ending of the film without you actually watching it. I don't want to ruin it for anybody. So if there's any questions for me, let me know. I'm doing my phone here, so I'm going to look at it. But if anybody has questions, feel free to ask me, and if not, I will just head off, because like I said, I rather let the work speak for itself. Anybody? I'm going to look here. Well, anyway, again, I will show you this real quickly, because I see there's a few people here wanting to see the set who didn't see it. I'll just hold it up really, really quick. Oh, it's getting a little rain here, so it's not a good time. Here is the set again. A lot of them have alternate covers. Here's the front and the back, which, I just kind of bent it there. There you go. And then here is the spine. How far along is the Jason Goes to Hell documentary? Okay, that's something I can actually answer, and I would like to answer it. Talk about a stroke of good luck, which is kind of funny. Originally, when we did the fundraising campaign on Indiegogo, it was successful, and we wanted to start shooting early this year. I originally wanted to start shooting in the beginning of March because I had some other obligations. However, Peter Bracke, our co-producer, was booked for a trip for Australia for a few weeks. So we had to move up the date to the end of January, which thank God he did, because if not, we wouldn't have had any interviews. In fact, I remember being on out shooting some of these interviews, and I had a little cough, and I remember joking with people, "Oh no, don't worry, it's not coronavirus," because that's what we called it then. But we were laughing. Of course, then a few months, like not even 2 months later, we saw what happened. But we were able to shoot many of the interviews. We got most of the interviews while I was out there back in January. There is a few more interviews that need to be shot, which now that things are somewhat, well, they're not back to normal, but people are learning to live with the situation. So we've been reviewing all the footage. We're logging footage and going through it, and we hope to have some editing done soon. I hope to get we hope to get it on schedule and get it out there soon. It's been a really amazing project. It's been hours and hours of footage. I mean, we shot about 80 hours worth of interviews. We got everybody from Stephen Williams. We got Julie Michaels, was just absolutely such a sweet lady. Welcomed us into her house, fed us, and shared some amazing stories, and actually had me tear up. Also, we had interviewed Kane Hodder. We interviewed Richard Gant, Michael Silver. There was interviews done with the K&B guys, of course. We also interviewed, I believe, Mark from Mark and Brian, the radio hosts that are there. Of course, Adam Marcus, the director, we interviewed him and spent a lot of time with him, which was great. We also spent time with David Handyman, who was the editor. And of course, Harry Manfredini. We got him to play some of the music on the piano, which was pretty cool. He tells us about the story. And we got quite a few others of the cast. We're working on it. But it's a good project. It's coming together quite nicely, and I'm very, very happy with it. So hopefully we'll get it back out there soon. But like the Hearts of Darkness Facebook page and of course the Samuelson Studios page, and you can be updated of what's happening. Let's see. Aaron, I see you're... Okay, I'm going to go over these questions because I got to go back over. I'll try to get all of them here. Let's see. Okay. Is the poster shipping in the same box as the set? That I don't know, guys. I don't work for Shout Factory. You'll have to ask them. I want to make that clear. I just did some work for Shout. That's a Shout Factory question, and I don't want to step on anybody's toes, but I'd recommend that you talk to Shout. Send them an email. Let's see. I cannot comment on the interview with Steve Miner. That was not me, but it's there. I mean, they got an interview with him, which was quite an amazing feat. So look for that. I believe that was actually Callum Waddell. So let's see here. Any other future projects? Yeah, well, any other Jeremy's Zink? Any future project to talk about besides Jason? Yes, that's actually the stuff I feel more comfortable talking about right now. I just finished up the 2 making of pieces for the upcoming Blue Underground UHD Vigilante. There's an interviews with one of his last interviews, Robert Forrester, Frank Pesh, and Bill Lustig all together. That was actually shot from my North of 96th Street documentary. So we took an excerpt from that, and we also got new interviews with Britannia Alda, the actress, Richard Viteri, the writer, and oh my gosh, we have one more. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head, but it's kind of... Randy Jurgensen, obviously, duh. About the making of Vigilante, which has turned out pretty good. I'm really happy with that. And there's also a long, in-depth interview with the composer Jay Chataway, who says that's, if most people who know Jay Chataway think that's his best score, and I would happen to agree. And we get into why the score has never been issued, and et cetera, et cetera. It's a great set. The transfer looks great. It's a UHD. It's just beautiful. And like I said, it's the last interview, one of the last that Robert Forrester did. And if anyone wants to get an idea of what my North of 96th Street documentary is going to look like, I would recommend checking out the Vigilante set, because it'll give you a sneak peek, because some of the footage that's on there was shot for my documentary. Let's see. I'm looking at the questions. Well, there's not really any other questions on that. Let me see what other project I'm working. Well, let me get back into my North of 96th Street doc. My North of 96th Street doc is as I've mentioned earlier, is a documentary on Randy Jurgensen, who was one of the French Connection cops. He's also well known as he was the one that there's a film called Cruising, which I know a lot of people are familiar with. William Friedkin directed, where Al Pacino plays an undercover cop who goes undercover to catch a serial killer who is killing or targeting gay men. Randy, actually, that is based on Randy. It's very loosely based on the real life case, 2 cases that Randy did. But we're doing, he's a very interesting guy. If you look at French Connection, he's in the French Connection. Like I said, look at the trailer, which is on the Samuelson Studios page. It's really, really cool. It's something you really should see, and it gives you an idea of what the story is. And the story is phenomenal. I met Randy many years ago thanks to my friend Jonathan Hertzberg. And he gave me, we did some extras for the 7-Ups, and I became friendly with Randy, and it led to a friendship, and I heard Randy's story, and I was fascinated, and he asked me to do a documentary about it. So that's what I've been working on in my spare time. It's all on my own dime, so it's been tough, but I'm working on that part-time. I've shot a lot of interviews with Randy, following him around the crime scenes of this real-life murder case. He wrote a book about this case, which was optioned into a movie but never got made by Johnny Depp's people, called Circle of Six. And the reason the documentary is called North of 96th Street, there was an old thing, I live in New York City, but the cops didn't care about anything that happened north of 96th Street, hence the title North of 96th Street. It's like, North of 96th Street is the ghetto, and it's just the tough, rough neighborhood. Anything below that is where all the Gold Coast is, the rich people, and so they cared there, obviously, because those people have power. But we've been working on the documentary for a while. Let's see what else I can answer, and I won't keep you too long. Let's see. Jeffrey Lee, I can just skip to you. I can tell you the footage looks damn good. I'm impressed with it. It's, as you can read by my post, I'm not sharing anything that's unknown. It's an old vintage analog source, but it looks pretty damn good, and I was impressed with how good it looked. It's a first-generation copy directly from film, so it should look really good considering the source. Like I said, don't expect it to look like Criterion quality or pristine negative, but it's pretty damn good, and it's finished, fully edited film. So that's all I want to say about that, because I want people to enjoy it for themselves. What's my favorite scene from Friday the 13th? And that question is from Jando Rose. That's a good question. My favorite, probably, I have a couple of them. It's too hard to choose one. But one of my favorites, obviously, is the sleeping bag murder in Part 7. I grew up with that, and I always thought that was great. Because you have Kane, who obviously is the greatest Jason. I'm sorry, I mean, the other guys are all great, but the look of Jason in Part 7 is my favorite. It's just so dark and macabre. It's disturbing as hell. That's a great one. I also love Adam Marcus's Jason Goes to Hell Death with the split, the split tent. That's an incredible scene. So, but yeah, it's incredible. I really like that. But anyway, guys, I want to thank you all for the support, for the kindness. I hope you'll subscribe to the Samuelson Studios webpage, our Facebook page, and keep up to date of everything that we've been working on. Like I said, I did some of the extras, but I didn't do everything, and I'm not going to take credit away from anybody. A lot of people worked on this set. Justin Beam, Cal Modell, Jeff Nelson, and Cliff McMillan at Shout put this whole thing together. It's all them. I was just fortunate enough to work on it, and I'm very happy I got to, because it really has been a wonderful project. And it was a dream come true. And like I said, the only reason I'm doing this is I want to bring some attention to the Samuelson Studios page. And I'm not going to give any secrets away on the set, because I want people to go in there and enjoy them and have a fun time with them. Because it's something to look forward to after a really horrible year. But the set is great, as everyone saw. It's amazing. I'm not just saying that either. Shout did a phenomenal job. They went above and beyond, and they assembled a lot of great stuff. And people really, I hope that there's not going to be any nitpickers out there going, oh, this and that, what about this? They got the deleted footage on the disc, and it was found very late in the process. And let me tell you, that's an amazing thing, because I, in my lifetime, never thought I would see that footage. And not only did I get to see it, but we got to share it with the world. It's on the set. So everybody, if you're going to say anything, say that's a reason to be happy. Give Shout a lot of credit. They worked really hard on this set, and it shows. And again, I can't thank them enough for all the faith they've had in me, and I'm honored to be in the company of a lot of great people who worked on this set. Like I said, a lot of people worked on this set, and I don't want to take that away. It's very important to other people that you realize that a lot of people put a lot of work into this. But anyway, people, is there any other questions? I'm not going to stay on this too long. I just wanted to give an update, because I got a lot of requests, and I thought I owed it to people to do that. Like I said, I like my work to show, speak for itself. But hopefully I'll be doing more projects. And again, I want to thank everybody. I'm going to mention them all again. Jeff Nelson, Cliff McMillan, Adam Marcus, Harry Manfredini, Michael Gerard, oh my God, Kane Hodder, Matt Verbois, Bill Randolph, Carl Fullerton, Peter S. Brackey, oh my God, I'm not going to forget somebody, I'm going to hate myself, Noel and Sean Cunningham, Todd Farmer, Christy Angus, another person we interviewed on Jason X. She was very kind with her time. I mean, and also, of course, Chris Carbo and Stacey Fountain, Stacey Lee, as she's known. Everybody put in a lot of work. And of course, Callum Waddell, we got to thank him, forgot about him, and Justin Beam, and whoever else worked on the set. It's very important that a lot of people worked on this set. Like I said, they did the work. I just was happy to be in their company. But anyway, people, I hope that you will buy the set, support it, and really, give Shout Factory a lot of credit. Please don't complain about trivial things. They worked really hard on this set. I don't work for them, but I can tell you, they did it. Again, I'm repeating myself again. They did a great job. So anyway, I'm Edwin Samuelson. I'm going to sign off, but please like the Samuelson Studios Facebook page. And also, please, when people get their sets, let us know what you think of the extras and the footage. I'd love to hear your opinions of it. I'm just happy that it's out there. People can see it, and they can, actually see what they imagined all these years. But it's an amazing set. But let me get a little bit more last time. Anybody else? All right, I think we got it. But again, thanks everybody for tuned in and got to see the set. I hope you like it, and I'll see you again.